What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So today I want to talk about Social Security reform. I want to talk about the plans that are out there right now. Yesterday I did a video. I was talking about President Biden's 4-point plan. I want to put that plan up against Representative Larson's plan because it's very, very similar and they both have increases in them. So that's what we're going to focus on in this video. We're also going to grade President Biden. So you guys let me know how you felt about President Biden, the video that I posted yesterday about this 4-point plan. If you didn't watch that video, after this video, go watch that video and then come back and then in the comments, let me know what you think his letter grade should be. But we're going to do the letter grade at the end of this video. So I'm going to show you what you guys posted and then I'm going to give him my grade. So make sure you wait to the end. But first off, if you guys can do me a favor, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification and then click all. By clicking all, you'll get notified anytime we post a video. We do daily videos here. So by clicking the bell notification and clicking all, you should be getting updated every day. And just a reminder, thank you guys all for your support. I really appreciate it. Also, I want to make an announcement. I'm posting videos Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. and then on the weekends, it's at 11 a.m. So just so you guys know that this is West Coast time. So 10 a.m. during the week, 11 a.m. on the weekends. Then you can also follow me on Twitter at the TEC Show Live. Okay, let's take a look. First thing I want to do is I want to take a look at the different plans that we've posted so far. And I briefly want to go over these and I want to show you the comparison between the plans that are out. So we know we have Bernie Sanders' plan. That's a $2,400 raise for Social Security. That's probably the most popular one. However, that's the plan that is probably not going to go anywhere. And I'll talk a little bit about why that is. Then we have Senator Cassidy. He is working on a plan, a nonpartisan group of senators. They're working on a Social Security reform plan. So we don't have that much information about this, but I've gone over all of these plans in the past. I'll make sure I link those videos to this video. That way you can check out those videos. But I went over in detail on all of these different plans. Then you have Representative Larson's plan here. That's the Social Security 2100 Act. And then you have President Biden. Now, he's had this plan since 2020, and this is basically a 4-point plan. It's very, very simple to understand. And when you're running for office, you want to make something really simple for people to understand. And so President Biden's had this plan for several years, but we haven't seen any movement on the plan. Okay, so the main reason, I want to go over Bernie Sanders' plan really quickly, just because I still have people asking me, or at least letting me know, well, why don't they just go with Bernie Sanders' plan? Bernie Sanders' plan will offer that $200 raise for Social Security, and that's what people really want, right? They want that $200 raise for Social Security. However, in order to do that, you're going to have to raise taxes on people making $250,000 or more. Now, President Biden has already indicated that this is a no-go. And he says this is a no-go because President Biden does not want to raise taxes on people making less than $400,000. So that's the reason why this plan is not going to go anywhere, because the president himself has already indicated that he doesn't want to raise taxes on people that are making $250,000. So we can't go with this plan. The only way that they could go with this plan is if they made a change to this. Now, if they raise this up to $400,000 or more, then that will affect some of the other benefits that Senator Bernie Sanders wants to implement. So I just wanted to go over that just so you guys understand when it comes to that $200 raise for Social Security, it's not possible in Senator Bernie Sanders' current plan. Okay. Now, I want to look at the two plans here because they are very similar. And I would imagine that President Biden had some input in Representative Larson's plan. So let's take a look at some of the similarities here. Okay, so 4-point plan here. Basically, the first thing, raise the cap on people making more than $400,000. Okay, so this is the Representative Larson's, the revenue stream is the same. And so you see Representative Larson's plan has the same revenue stream, okay? Now, the second thing here is change COLA calculation from the CPIW to the CPIE. And so when we look at Representative Larson's plan, he wants to improve COLA to reflect seniors' expenses, and that's basically what he wants to do. He wants to change from the CPIW to the CPIE. So for the consumer price index for the wage earners, change that to the consumer price index for the elderly. So they both want to do the same there. gradually increase benefits for aged beneficiaries. So this gradual increase, I see that I don't have it in Representative Larson's plan, but he does have it in his plan. Okay, so it'll be up to, I think, an aggregate of 5% increase for once you reach a certain age, then you'll start receiving this increase. Because as you get older, your expenses change and you might be spending more in healthcare, more in prescription medication. And so both plans will offset the money that you're spending now that you weren't spending when you were younger. So the last thing here is he wants to boost the special minimum benefit, and he wants to boost that from $1,033.50 to $1,518.75. And Representative Larson's plan has this when he's talking about ensuring that no senior retires into poverty. Okay, so that's the poverty line, the 125% of the poverty line, that increase. And so that would be in place in both President Biden's 4-point plan as well as Representative Larson's Social Security 2100 Act. So you see there's some similarities when it comes to these plans. Now, both plans, they are going to struggle when it comes to finance long term. Okay, so we're looking at a situation where both plans would sunset in about 5 years. So the money is not there. There's not enough money there in order to have this for a long period of time. And so that's something else that's worth mentioning when it comes to both plans. When it comes to Senator Bernie Sanders' plan, because of the revenue stream, you're collecting more in revenue, the program will last a lot longer. However, like I said, the $250,000, that is the deal breaker there. And President Biden has already indicated that. Okay, so now I want to go ahead and grade President Biden's 4-point plan. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and switch over and do that. Okay, so these are a few of the grades that we've done recently. And I will be going through, like I said, I'm going to go through all the lawmakers, especially the leaders that are in the House and the leaders in the Senate, as well as the president and the people who are running for president. Speaker McCarthy, we're going to do these later. Cassidy, we already did. Some of these I'm going to have to go back because I created a new little report card. So some of these I just need to update. Of course, Senator Bernie Sanders, we're going to do his as well. But today we're going to take a look at President Biden. Now, the way that I grade these, and I think I'm going to do it the same way that I did this last video, where I want you guys to grade him first, and then I will actually give him a grade. I just want to see where you guys are, where you guys are coming from. Now, when just looking at the grades that you guys are providing, it went anywhere from a B down to an F, okay? And so the vast majority were around the C range, but you did have a few people that gave him a B, and then you had a few people that gave him an F. Not too many people gave him a D, but I would say and this is non-scientific, okay? I would say that you guys rated him at about a C minus, okay? Now, I want to go over the different categories here and kind of just lay this out and give you a reason why I'm giving him the grade that I'm giving him. Okay, so looking at the very bottom here, major cuts. Is he promoting major cuts to Social Security? And I would say no, he's not supporting that. Does he support cuts for Social Security? So just looking at that 4-point plan, did we see any cuts for Social Security? I would say no. When it comes to reform and protect Social Security, I would actually say yes. In the 4-point plan, the plan is to protect Social Security for a short period of time, but to protect Social Security, okay? So reform and protect Social Security for a short period of time. Expand Social Security. I would say yes. He does have a plan that he wants to expand Social Security. Now, did he create a bill? Now, this is where it gets a little interesting because presidents, they don't create bills, okay? They influence bills, but they don't create them. So I'm going to say no here, but that's only because as a president, you don't create bills. Congress creates the bills, okay? So just looking at all of this, I personally would give him a B minus. And the reason that I would give him a B minus is because I would have given him a higher grade, but he has this 4-point plan that he has not been able to, well, I won't say he hasn't been able to influence Congress because he has. Representative Larson has a plan that's very, very similar to his plan, if not identical, when it comes to what the 4-point plan is offering compared to Representative Larson, and Representative Larson's offering even a little bit more. However, President Biden has not been pushing Social Security reform. And I think that's the major problem that I have with President Biden. He's not pushing a plan. If he were pushing a plan, he had opportunity because Congress was run by Democrats for the last 2 years. So he had an opportunity to get a plan passed, but he wasn't pushing for that. He was pushing for other things, infrastructure and all the other bills that they pushed through reconciliation. That's what he was really pushing for. He wasn't pushing for any reform to Social Security. We all know that reform needs to happen, but he has not been really pushing for immediate reform. Now, in the future, we're going to have to see what happens when it comes to Social Security, because we know that Speaker McCarthy wants to make more cuts, and he wants to make more cuts. We'll probably be hearing more about this in September. But those cuts could come from Social Security and Medicare. And he mentioned both of Social Security and Medicare when it comes to the mandatory spending. That's what they want to look into next. And so it's going to be very important to see how these other lawmakers handle this whole situation. And does President Biden allow Social Security to get cut? If you hold Social Security and Medicare hostage, does that mean that President Biden is going to cave and say, okay, well, we'll make these cuts, or we'll raise the full retirement age to 69 or something like that? So we're going to be paying attention to this, watching this, because this is something that we're going to see in the next couple of months. We're going to hear more and more talk of this. Now, the reason why Speaker McCarthy can hold Social Security and Medicare hostage is because they need appropriations for 2024. They need the budget for 2024. And so if we can't get a resolution for the budget for 2024, then guess what? October 1st, we're looking at a government shutdown. And so that is what Speaker McCarthy is going to use in order to try to make some changes when it comes to both Social Security and Medicare. So hopefully that all makes sense. If you guys have any questions, post them down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.